what is your name?
Alan Hunter Cull.
And when were you born, Alan?
Palmerston North, 28/3/24.
And what was it like growing up?
Well, I was brought up in the Depression years, really. Started primary school in 1929, the Great Depression, but I had very resilient working class parents. So I didn't, me and my brothers didn't suffer any of what other people had. Yes.
And then when you were a little bit older, you decided to volunteer?
For K-Force. Yes. A lot of things happened before then. The schooling and yes. I went to Central School. I was at Axel Central School in 1936. Then went to the Boys High School. Spent 3 years there and passed the university entrance in my third year when I was 15. And my parents said, you stay there until you pass university entrance. So, and then you can do whatever you like within reason. Then I looked for a job and they were advertising for a trainee radiographer at the Boys High at the Palmerston North Hospital. So I applied for that and I was there for, I think, nearly 3 years, I think. Yeah. And then the health department were offering bursaries for medical and dental students to go down to Dunedin. And I didn't have Latin, which you had to have for medical, so I got a dental bursary and did my 5 years down at the dental school in Dunedin. And my first job after that was as resident dentist at the Wellington Hospital, and for 25 months I think I was there. And I had joined the Royal New Zealand Dental Corps, territorial, and when the Korean War broke out, I volunteered to command the mobile dental section. And I think I was probably the only volunteer, so I got the job. And I was in Korea for 25 months.
So what made you want to go to Korea?
Adventure. Yes. Yes. I hadn't travelled overseas before then. So I joined up with the first Korean, New Zealand Korean force, K-Force. And we were in camp for about 4.5 months before we sailed to Korea.
What do you remember about the training at Waiouru?
Well, at Waiouru, when I first arrived, there were about 3 permanent dental officers working there. So I joined in working with them until I sailed for Korea.
And then you sailed over on the
Ormond, yes.
Ormond.
10th of December 1950, and it was a very pleasant 3 weeks trip.
Did you stop along the way?
We stopped originally at Brisbane overnight, and then later on at Manila. And it was very hot in Manila. When we got to Korea, it was mighty cold, sub-zero.
And did you spend some time in Manila before?
Just overnight.
Just one night?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then, so then you arrived in Korea?
Yes.
Was that on, what date was that? Was it
I
close
think
to
it was on the
Christmas?
29th of, no, we had Korea, we had Christmas on board. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's going back a while.
And so then your first impressions when you arrived in Korea was the cold.
Cold, yes. And we weren't fitted out for that sort of temperature.
Tell us about what was the gear that you had with you?
The
Gear that they'd given you.
Oh, just the normal khaki dress, but long johns and singlets, special singlets. That's about all.
So the clothes that you had were not sufficient for the temperatures in Korea.
No. I think we all slept with our boots on the first few nights.
And then being in the dental unit, had you taken across special equipment?
Yes, we had 2 panniers of dental equipment plus folding dental chair, and it was the equipment they used in the Second World War. It's quite well. We could make dentures and fix dentures and fix teeth, extract teeth, all the essentials were. Yes.
And so
we didn't do orthodontics.
And so you arrived in Busan?
Yes, we arrived in Busan, and we were there, I think, for about 2 weeks, when I was with the 16th Field Regiment, Artillery Regiment, and they had to calibrate their guns for the Korean atmosphere, and they did that in about 2 or 3 weeks, and then we moved in convoy northwards. From I think our trip took about. In September, we arrived in the Imjin, north of the Imjin. Yes. On the way, there were thousands of refugees moving southwards, and it was difficult at times for the gunners to get to move their guns for refugees.
What was it like for you to see the refugees coming through?
Yes, quite heartbreaking, really. Got used to it in time. We didn't really contact with the refugees. Well, language difference and there was certain amount of suspicion. We didn't know them, they didn't know us. But later on, we found a very friendly lot of people there. They were very good to us.
So you travelled and stayed with the 16th Field
Yes,
Regiment?
I was in convoy with them. We had a 1,500 weight truck, no heating, and there were 4 of us, because there were only 2 in the cab, and we were freezing in the cab. It was worse in the back of the truck with the other 2 then.
And as the war progressed, you started to move less?
Yes. Yes, we moved in convoy various times. We had to move for a full day and camp overnight. And until we arrived in north of the engine. I think it was about the September anyway. And we put tents up then, or tried to put tents up. The ground was so solid, icy paddy fields, difficult to get pegs or anything in. Yes. We couldn't complain really, because we were all volunteers, or the 1 or 2 regular force. Yes. We had a 1 tent for the 4 of us and all our equipment. And the padre had 1 tent. exactly the same truck. And the Bible. But he was very good.
And what was the main work that you were carrying out over there?
Before we settled in, or knew we could settle in for a week or so, originally it was moving every day or every second day. And I'd only do sort of first aid work, toothaches and extractions. But when we settled in permanently, or what we thought would be permanently, we carried out regular examinations and treatments and kept that going. I think the New Zealand Dental Corps were the only ones who did that routine treatment. Yes.
And all of your instruments and your tools were manual, weren't they?
Yes, and the foot pedal dental drill. Yes. Also the dental mechanica, the foot pedal job. Yes. Yes.
And did they feed you well?
The cooks did very well. As soon as we arrived for a night or a couple of nights, they'd get their ovens going and cook a good stew, and they were excellent, really. Yes.
What did your food compare like to the US rations or the?
Well, we got the US rations later on.
Right.
Yes, they were nice and fancy. Yes.
Why did you get that later on for?
Well, originally we didn't have good contact with the Americans. But, so our cooks had to do their own job there.
when did you start having contact with other other countries? Like, for example, when did you start having contact with Americans or Canadians or Australians, for example?
Yes. I think our first contact would be with the Americans for a very short time. American Marines, actually. That didn't. Yes, we worked with them very long before we moved further north. And Australians, of course the Australians had an infantry unit, the 3 RAR, and the New Zealand gunners supported that infantry unit. And that's where there are more casualties than, yeah. And we supported the Canadians as well in that first episode in Korea. The PPCLI, I think.
Yes.
Princess Patricia.
Yeah.
It's light infantry.
Light infantry, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. And was it? Did you have some good, good banter, some good interactions with the Aussies or the?
They had, yes, they have one dental section, and of course the British English troops had a dental section, and we contacted them now and then, and got into trouble with them.
What trouble did you get into with them?
I think we might have got too much of that fluid rations. But they were a good group.
Was there a lot of beer there, was there?
Beer?
Beer, yeah.
Well, New Zealand took over a lot of beer. A lot of it, or most of it, froze solid and broke all the bottles, and the whole lot had to be thrown out.
Right, because of the cold.
Yes.
So the glass bottles froze.
Yes, yes. And we were in contact with the Indian field ambulance. And they had a dental officer there too. Very fine group they were. They're parachuters. Years later, exactly 47 years later, I was invited to India by the Indian dentist and his wife and spent 2 weeks with them in Delhi.
Oh, really?
It was marvellous.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when...
I remember arriving in Delhi about 3 in the morning, and the reception team there, I heard this deep voice, "I'm over here," and it's 47 years since I'd seen them. Yes.
Gosh. So
yes, and to greet us, a cow walked into the tent and out again.
So that must have been really special
for
you to
yes.
go to Delhi.
Yes.
That long after the war.
Yes.
That's a really special relationship for you.
Yes.
Had they been to New Zealand?
No. In fact, old Bella actually, the dental officer has died since. I think his wife too. Charming people. And they had 2 children, actually, and I forget the girl's name, who took me for a trip. We went up to as far as the Himalayas.
Wow.
And they knew quite a number of people on the way up, and
Yes. Yes.
and we were treated handsomely. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Yes.
And did you get some time during the war where you got to go and for rest and relaxation, or you got time
Yes,
away?
Yes, they had the R&R at. I went. I think on my first relaxation was in September 1951.
51, September 1951.
51.
Where did you go?
Well, most of the dental officers had been on leave, and most of them had been to Tokyo. So two who went with me had been on leave before, so we went to Osaka. Yes.
What was Osaka like?
Oh, very nice, a nice big city, bright. Yes.
What did you do there?
Yes. What's your next question?
So you had a How long were you there in Osaka?
Or only 2 or 3 days, I think.
Okay.
I think, yes.
Did you also have relaxation breaks in other times in other places?
No, I think most of them went to
In Japan.
Japan.
Yes.
Yes, most went to leave in Tokyo.
Yes. Did you go to Tokyo as well?
No, I was actually, because the officers I went with had seen Tokyo, so we went to Osaka.
Went to Osaka.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
No, I think I was the only New Zealander who hasn't been to Tokyo. Very, very friendly crowd. Yes.
And towards the end of your time in Korea, did you have a sense that the war was coming to like a stalemate? Did you have a sense that things were changing?
They were having talks, but they didn't seem to be getting anywhere with it. Yes. Still having talks. I think.
They are still having talks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so when were you told that that you were going to be packing up and heading off, leaving Korea?
Going back home.
Yeah, were you given orders to say that it's now time to head home?
No, most of them had signed up. Most K-Force had signed up for 18 months, and they could leave after 18 months. And I stayed for another 6 months here. Mainly because things had settled down quite a bit then, and they were having difficulty getting somebody to take my place. But I didn't mind. Things were settled.
Yeah. So when you left, someone had taken your place, your role.
Yes. Colin Wilson from Cambridge took my place.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And were you glad to leave?
In some ways, I was looking forward to seeing them, but I missed the crowd. When you'd worked in a hospital amongst a big group for a few years, then you were with a big group, another big group for several years. You do miss the company, yes, comradeship.
And so how did you get back home to New Zealand?
We flew back home. I think it was about 3 hours. Flew to Sydney, and then a flying boat to New Zealand, to Wellington, yes.
So it took you 3 weeks to get there, and 3...
Yes, about several days to get back.
To get home again, just several days, so it was a lot quicker to get home.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. Did the flying boat, did you come into Auckland? Did you fly into Auckland?
Yeah, we flew into Wellington actually.
Wellington, yes.
Originally, we were told, oh, things are too rough from Wellington, we'll be going to Auckland. And then about halfway to Auckland, they turned around, came back to Wellington. So, which suited me because I lived in Palmerston.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you were back in New Zealand, and you settled back into your life.
It took a while to settle back, yes. But yeah, I got a position with a group dental practice in Palmerston North.
And you have to tell us, Colin, about your investiture medal.
Oh, yeah, that came as a bit of a surprise. I got a telegram one Friday, urgent, and that I'd been appointed an MBE. Yeah, and congratulations and all that stuff.
How did that make you feel?
I got a bit of a shock. Yes. There was a hint, but I still got a shock. Yes. And I was lucky the Queen was visiting for the first time and got presented the medals by the Queen.
Yeah, yeah. So the Queen was in New Zealand doing her
first trip.
Her first tour.
Yes.
As the young Queen.
Yeah, and she had a reception at Wellington Town Hall.
That was in January 1954.
Yes, that's right.
That's right.
Yes.
You must have felt very proud.
Yes, it was quite a moment, really.
Mm.
She was very beautiful. It was a wonderful one, yes. Of course, I was beautiful too. We're the same age.
You're both beautiful, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think she was 2 years younger than I.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yes. I think it was the day after Tangiwai.
Yeah, Tangiwai
Tangiwai disaster, yes.
Tangiwai was Christmas Eve
Yes.
of 1953. So,
Yes.
so she was in the country.
Yes.
You meet her a few weeks later.
Yes. Prince Philip went up to the Tangiwai to inspect the disaster.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, what is it like for you now to reflect on, being a Korean veteran?
It's been wonderful here. Yes.
So while I'm interviewing Alan, we are sitting at the 6th World Congress of Teachers of the Korean War. So Alan has been invited as a special guest of honour as a Korean War veteran. And it's been a real pleasure and honour to have you attend, Alan, over the last few days.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed being here.
Yes, yes, it's been marvellous.
Mm.
Yes. Very friendly people.
And so, have you been back to Korea?
Yes.
When did you go?
1959, I think. No, 1995.
1995, that sounds better.
Yes, yes, I got my name came out of a ballot for a trip to Korea, and yes, the Koreans are very friendly and looked after me.
And did you recognise Korea when you returned?
No.
What was different?
Changed completely. The architecture, the shops, and it was a dull, grey, worked over place when we arrived. But It was amazing how in just a few years the whole setup had changed.
The buildings?
Buildings mainly, yes. Yes, I didn't recognise some of the old avenues that we used to go.
Mm. Did you go back to Busan?
Yes, we went to Seoul first,
Mm.
and then we went for an overseas, a railway trip down to Busan, and then after there for a night or so, a couple of nights I think, we flew back to Seoul and went by rail to then back by air.
And you just been back that one time in 1995? Yes. Yeah. And so you put your name into a ballot because you wanted the opportunity to go back?
No, I didn't do anything.
No. Because there are some veterans who haven't had the chance to return, so
No.
yeah.
Yes, it's a different country,
Mm.
and of course it's helped New Zealand and Korea very much. Yes, the Koreans had never heard of New Zealand, and we had never heard of Korea.
Well, it's been a real pleasure to talk with you, Alan, during this interview. And how old are you now?
101.
101. That's incredible.
It's not through clean living either, is it?
Yeah. Is there any sort of final message you'd like for teachers or students to hear from you about reflecting on your time in Korea?
The Korean students?
Yeah. Or New Zealand teachers who will listen to this interview, what would you like them to be left with from you as a reflection?
Well, I hope that they hear this talk and yes, they'll learn a bit about New Zealand now anyway. Yes. Relations between Korea and New Zealand, of course, very good now.
Thank you.
Thank you too.
Yeah. Thanks, Alan.
There we go.